Hare Krishna, welcome everyone to our Srimad Bhagavatam overview class. We'll begin with our prayers. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavansha श्रीरूपं साग्रजातां सहगणा रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगणा ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च हे कृष्णा करुणा सिन्धु दीनबन्धु जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिकाकान्त राधाकान्त नमोस्तुते तप्त काञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामी नितिनामिने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैता गदाधर शिवासदि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. Hare Krishna, welcome everyone to our Srimad Bhagavatam overview class. We are discussing from the 10th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, and last time we discussed that how when Krishna was there in the Sudharma assembly palace, the messenger from the kings came who were imprisoned by Jarasandha, and also Narad Muni came from carrying a message from Yudhishthir Maharaj, who wanted to do a Rajasuya Yagya. So Krishna consulted Uddhava, and Uddhava gave a very nice proposal that if you kill Jarasandha, then the both things will be done. You can release the kings also, and Yudhishthir Maharaj can perform Rajasuya Yagya also. So then with that plan, Krishna traveled to Indraprastha, and we heard the great procession, the travel of Krishna to Indraprastha along with all the queens, how Yudhishthir Maharaj very nicely welcomed Krishna, and Draupadi welcomed all the queens. And then Krishna, he told the plan. Then Bhima, Arjuna and Krishna, they went to Girivraja, the capital of Jarasandh, and because Jarasandh was a worshipper of Brahmanas, so he welcomed them, and they asked for the charity of Dvandva Yuddha, duel fight. So the battle started and it went on for 27 days, and then Bhima said, "Oh Krishna, I cannot defeat Jarasandha." Then Krishna revealed the secret that Jarasandha is joined in middle. So next day, Krishna tore him apart into two pieces, and that's how he was victorious. They came back. Yudhishthir Maharaj was so very happy. So that's what we discussed. So today we'll be discussing the 73rd chapter. Lord Krishna blesses the liberated kings. So when Jarasandha was killed, all the kings who were imprisoned, there were 20,800 kings who were defeated by Jarasandha, and they were imprisoned in the fort of Girivraja. So when they were released, and they were so very happy because all these kings, they were emaciated, they were not getting proper food, they were not living in proper sanitary situations. It was a very, very bad situation there. Their dresses were very shabby and dirty, and they were very, very weak. So when Krishna, he entered that palace, all the kings, they got to see the beauty of Krishna. And when all the kings, they saw the beauty of Krishna is described. Dadrishu te ghana shyamam pita kausheya vasasam Srivatsankam chaturbahu charu prasanna. So it is described when all these kings they saw the Drishute Ghanashyama. Krishna was having a dark complexion like a cloud. Pita Kausheya Vasasam, he was wearing a yellow garment, yellow pitambar dhoti, and he was having a Shrivatsa on his chest. And Jiva Goswami tells in the next chapter that Krishna, he was so very satisfied with Bhima, and because Bhima killed Jarasandha, so he manifested four arms. Therefore, all the kings they are seeing Krishna as Chaturbahu, Shrivatsankam Chaturbahu, Padma Garbharunekshanam, and he had beautiful pink eyes, which was looking very, very nice, like a whirl of a lotus. Charu Prasanna Vadanam, beautiful smiling face, and Spuran Makara Kundalam, he was wearing a Makara Kundal. That is how Krishna is always, he wears a shark-shaped earrings. So, and then all the kings, they saw that Krishna was having Shankha, Chakra, Gada, Padma, he was wearing a helmet, and there was Kaustubh gem on his neck. He was wearing nice bracelets and armlets, and he was having a golden belt. So when all the kings, they saw the beauty of Krishna, they were looking as if they are drinking the beauty of Krishna. Vibanta iva chakshubhyam lihanta iva jihvaya jighranta iva nasabhyam rambhanta iva bahubhi. It was as if they were drinking the beauty of Krishna, because Krishna's beauty, Krishna's face is a reservoir of all the beauty. Panapatram mukham drisham Shriyo nivaso yasyoru panapatram mukham drisham. Panapatra, Krishna's beauty, Krishna's beautiful face is a drinking vessel of beauty. So they were drinking the beauty of Krishna with their eyes. They were licking him with their tongues. They were experiencing like that. Jighranta, they were smelling the fragrance coming from the body of Krishna. It is described that from the body of Krishna there is a beautiful fragrance which always comes. That is a mixture of lotus and camphor. Krishna's body is compared with lotus flowers. The 8 parts of the body are compared with lotus flower. Netra Nabhi Vadan Karyuga Charan Ei Ashtapadma Krishna Ange Karpur Lipta Kamala Tara Iche Parimala Sai Gandha Ashtapadma Ange. So that is a fragrance which comes. Lotus, the smell of the lotus mixed with camphor. They were smelling the beautiful aroma which was coming. And they wanted to embrace Krishna with their hands. And just by looking at beautiful form of Krishna, all their sins were eradicated. All the kings, they came and bowed down in front of Krishna. They started offering beautiful, beautiful prayers, glorifying Krishna, because they were so very ecstatic, beholding the beautiful form of Krishna, that whatever tiredness and fatigue they had, because there were so many months they were there in this palace, in this fort of Jarasandha. But when they saw Krishna, they were completely rejuvenated. So anybody who is experiencing Krishna, actually he can transcend the bodily platform. That is what is described. Yasya akhilami vahabi sumangalai Vacho vimishra gunakarma janmabhi Prananti shumbhanti punanti vaijagat Yastad virakta savashobhanamati. So the words which are glorifying Krishna's name, form, pastimes, they can destroy all the sins of the world. They are the only things which animate, purify, and enliven this entire world. So anybody who is in touch with Krishna, he is not disturbed by the problems and the miseries of the world. So all these kings, they stood up With their palms joined, they started offering beautiful, beautiful prayers. Namaste Deva Devesha Prapannarti Haravyaya Prapannan Pahi Naha Krishna Nirvinnan Ghora Sansrite Nirvinnan Ghora Sansrite. Namaste, O Deva Devesha, O Lord of all the Lords, we offer our obeisances unto you. Prapannarti Haravyaya. You are destroyer of the distress of your devotees. Prapanna Arti Hara. You are the destroyer of the distress of the surrendered souls. Prapannan Pahinah Krishna. Since therefore, O Krishna, because we have surrendered unto you, Nirvinnan Ghora Samsrite, please save us from this terrible material existence. They are telling, we do not blame Jarasandh for whatever we went through, because it is all happening by the mercy of the Lord. By your mercy, kings come and the kings they fall. This is a beautiful example of the consciousness of a self-realized soul. All these kings, they became pure devotees of the Lord. They are displaying deep spiritual wisdom here. Upon seeing the Lord, because they became purified of all the sins, they could see things as they are. That's what happens when somebody comes to Krishna consciousness, starts practicing this process, gets purified of all the sins. Then he develops the vision by which he can see things as they are. As it was written somewhere, real eyes realize real lies of the world. So those who have real eyes, that means those who have transcendental vision, they realize the lies of the world, the blatant lies which the world, which material energy is putting, is telling again and again. Please enjoy, you can enjoy here. The world is not so bad, you can also enjoy. But these kings, because now they were pure, they could see that, oh, whatever is happening, it is all because of our own karma and it is mercy of the Lord. Tulya priya priyo dhira tulya nindatma samstutihi manapamanayo tulya tulyo mitrari pakshayo sarvaramba parityagi gunatita sauchyate. So they transcended the material existence, the material modes. They are telling, oh my Lord, we were infatuated with our opulence, and we were thinking, oh, we are kings, and many times kings, they lose their self-restraint and they harass all their subordinates. But what is happening to them? Actually, they are getting bewildered by your illusory energy. They are not realizing that whatever they are acquiring is not permanent, it is temporary. The greatest of the kings, they came, they ruled, and they went. We heard in the 12th canto, the Bhumi Gita, Mother Earth is telling, oh, all these big kings, they came, they ruled, and they thought that they are conquering me, they are controlling, they are, ruling over me. But they have all just become the names in the history. Nothing is permanent in this world. So they are telling that actually we are blinded by the power. We were blinded by the wealth. That's how a person, who is blinded by the wealth and power, he does not hesitate to act in whimsical ways. He acts against the Supreme Lord. He does not realize that life is decreasing. Ayura harti vaipumsam udyam astanjayam nasau. Tasyate shanau nita uttama shloka vartaya. They don't realize with every rising and setting of the sun, the life duration is decreasing. That is how the power is blinding. Dhanandha, people become blinded by wealth, by lust, by power, by illusion. They tell, oh my Lord, just like the child thinks that, oh, mirage is real. So people, they start thinking the illusory transformations of Maya as substantial. Whatever Maya is displaying, they think, oh, this is real. That's how Maya is so very expert. That is how this world is. Mrig Trishna, as Prahlad Maharaj says. Kutra Shisha Shruti Sukha Mrig Trishni Rupa Kvedam Kale Varamashesha Rujam Viroha Nirvidyate Natu Jano Yadapiti Vidwan Kamanalam Madhula Vaishamayandurai. So Prahlad Maharaj is telling, Kutra Shisha, what is the benediction in this world? Shruti Sukha, whatever good things, they are just Shruti Sukha. People, when they plan to go to some place, they become happy just by hearing about the things. That is what is advertisement. You tell them something and wow, it looks so very attractive. That is the only pleasure which is there. Shruti Sukha. When you actually try to enjoy, it is miserable. Mrigatrishni Rupa, it is like the mirage. Only thing which one gets is pain and a little drop of happiness. Kamanalam madhulavai. The fire of the lust is burning, and in midst of all the problems, madhulavai, only a drop of happiness is there. So the kings, they are telling, oh my lord, previously to get the power, we harassed so many people and so many of our subjects, and we didn't worship you, we disregarded you, but now time factor has removed our pride. Now we have understood that you have mercifully destroyed our pride. So that's how Lord is. Whenever somebody is a devotee of the Lord does not want to see his devotees becoming proud. And we can see that even when gopis, they had a tinge of pride. Oh, Krishna is with us only. Krishna disappeared. Krishna does not like to see his devotees becoming proud. So therefore these kings are telling, oh my lord, never again will hanker for that kingdom. We don't want that kingdom. We are serving all these, we were trying to acquire this kingdom, and we were, serving this kingdom with our material mortal body, which is about to die, which is about to get destroyed. What is the use of all that? Why we should waste our body to acquire something which is temporary? So much endeavor we have to put in acquiring the things of the world, but ultimately it is all gone. Nothing is permanent in this world. Everything is temporary. It is all just a waste of time. It is all waste of time to acquire all the endeavor to acquire the wealth and the position and the prestige and power. It is all waste of time. So therefore, material enjoyment, whether it is in hell or heaven, wherever it may be, it is just an illusion. The enjoyment is there everywhere, but still it is an illusion. So Krishna, hearing all this, he may tell, oh, should I give you a Sayujya Mukti? So the king says, no, my lord, we don't want Sayujya Mukti. Please tell us how we can render service at your lotus feet, how we can be free from this material world, samsara. While staying in this world, we want to serve your lotus feet. So they are telling, actually, please tell us the exact method by which we can understand and execute it. And we execute the process so that we'll never forget your lotus feet. So out of extreme humility, they are telling that actually we don't even desire that you give us the remembrance of yours. Then what do you want? We only desire that you give us the means of remembrance. We will try our best. You tell us how to remember you. You don't make us remember also. You just tell us how we can remember you. And Then they say, we do not ask that you give it to us. You don't give us the means of remembrance also, you just indicate it. We will practice. So therefore, Chakravarti Thakur writes that the highest degree of the quality of humility, desirelessness, and sense control is exhibited by these kings. Just by the darshan of Krishna, they became completely purified. So in the purport, it is described that only by the mercy of the Lord one can remember the Lord. So that's why all these kings, they are praying to Krishna that please show us your mercy so that we can remember you. Ananya cheta satatam yomam smarate nityashah tasyaham sulabha partha nitya yuktasya yoginah. Ananya cheta satatam yomam smarate, because whoever remembers Krishna, they can attain Krishna. So therefore in this way they offer beautiful prayers. Krishnaya Vasudevaya Haraye Paramatmane Pranata Klesha Nashaya Govindaya Namo Namaha. O Supreme Lord, you are Vasudeva. We offer our obeisances unto you. Haraye Paramatmane, you are the Paramatma, you are the super soul of all the living entities. Pranata Klesha Nashaya, anybody who surrenders unto you, you destroy all their distress. That is the nature of Krishna. Anybody who surrenders to Krishna, he will be free from the distress of this material world. It may not happen immediately. It may not happen, overnight. It may take lots of time, but it will happen for sure. If we are eager and sincerely praying to Krishna, Pranata Klesha Nashaya, Krishna is destroyer of all the miseries. He vanquishes the suffering of the surrendered souls. So after hearing beautiful prayers from all these kings, Supreme Lord, he starts speaking. He says, Adya prabhriti va bhupa mayyatmanyakileshware sudrida jayate bhaktir badham ashamsitam tatha. Adya, from now on, now Krishna is giving them benedictions. Adya prabhriti, O Bhupa, O kings, from today on, Mai Atmani Akhileshware, you will have Mai, unto me, who is I am the Supreme Lord, Mai Atmani Akhileshware, Sudridha Jayate Bhakti. You will have firm devotion for me. Badham ashamshitam tatha, and I assure you that this will come for sure. This will become true. So in association of devotees, when we come to Krishna consciousness, success is guaranteed. It may not come immediately. It may come after some time, but it will come for sure. There is no doubt in that. Nobody should doubt that, whether this process will give me success or not, whether I'll, get the desired destination. For sure. Badham asamshitam tatha. For sure it will come. If we render devotional service, for sure Krishna will show mercy and we will attain perfection. We will become purified, for sure. But during the journey, we may have to tolerate our anarthas, tolerate our conditionings, our, all the activities of the mind. We have to just learn to tolerate. Don't give up the process. Don't give up the rope of bhakti which Krishna has given us. So that's what is needed to continue practicing Krishna consciousness, and for sure we will get the result. So Bhakti Rajju will have to just keep on holding on, and then for sure the success will be there. So they are telling that So Krishna is telling that I will instruct you, and by following those instructions, you will understand, and then you will practice, and then by that practice, you will develop a firm determination, firm remembrance of me, and then you will attain prema bhakti. So it all starts with hearing the instructions. Krishna is telling, for sure, I am telling you the process. You will attain prema bhakti for sure. So Chakravarti Thakur writes that Krishna is telling, firmness in the practice and the goal will appear at this moment. You will become firm in the practice of bhakti, but the realization will come gradually. So that we have to understand. Even though we may be practicing our Krishna consciousness very nicely, steadily, but the realization will take time to come. The firmness of our goal and firmness of our practice will appear immediately. Okay, we are very sure about our goal. We are very sure about our practice. But the realization will take time. And for that, we have to have that patience. Keep on practicing. So then Krishna is telling that, luckily, O kings, all of you have come to the correct conclusion. But I see that human beings, they lack the determination. Because of the senses, they get distracted and they run after acquiring the power and the prestige of the world, which leads to madness. This is very important. In the pursuit of the power and prestige of the world, we should not forget the spiritual goal. Then he tells, Krishna is telling that so many kings in the past, they have fallen down because of this pride. Kartivirya, Arjuna, Hayhaya, Nahusha, Vena, Ravana, Narkasur, so many other kings, they fell down because they were proud. They were infatuated with the material power. We heard the story of Kartivirya Arjuna. He was proud of his power and he wanted to capture that Kamadhenu from Jamadagni, and he was killed by Parshuram. Nahusha, when he became the king of Indra, he became infatuated with that power and wanted to enjoy Shachi, the wife of Indra. And Brahmanas, they cursed him to become a snake. Vena, he also fell down, died because of the curse of the Brahmanas. Ravana wanted to kidnap Mother Sita and enjoy himself. Narakasur also, we discussed the story, he stole the earrings of the Mother Aditi and he had kidnapped so many 16,000 princesses. They all were proud, so they were destroyed. So therefore Krishna is telling, please understand, anything which is connected with this material body has a beginning and an end. We should understand this and follow the principles of the scriptures and protect your citizens, following the Vedic regulations. And as you live, please continue tolerating all the situations and keep me fixed in your mind. Udasina shadehadav atma rama dhritavrataah mayyaveshya manasamyam mamante brahmayasyatha. So Krishna is telling, udasinascha dehadav, be udasin, be neutral to all the bodily demands. Don't be attached to the body. Whatever is related to the body, please don't be attached to them. Atmaram, be self-satisfied. Be satisfied in Krishna consciousness. Dhritavrata, please be very, very determined in following the vows. In this way, Mayyaveshya manasamyan, while concentrating your minds on me, for sure, after this life, you'll come to me. And then after that, Krishna arranges all the nice, things for the king. He told Sahadeva. Sahadeva was now the king after Jarasandha. So he told Sahadeva to do all the required things. So Sahadeva arranged for all these kings. So many servants came and they helped him take bath, and Sahadeva provided all the royal paraphernalia. fed them very nicely, and then after that, so many of the fruits and roots and all the drinks they were given. They dined on excellent food. First of all, they were shaven, then they were rubbed with oil, and then they were given nice cloths and garments and jewelry and whatever was the required royal paraphernalia. And then they were very nicely fed, and they were looking very effulgent now. They thanked Krishna. So very grateful they were. Krishna arranged horses and chariots for them to send them to their kingdom. And while they were leaving, Krishna, he spoke such nice words. He told, "O kings, you are mine and I am yours. You don't worry about you. After this life, you'll come to me. Please come for the sacrifice of my dearest devotee, Yudhishthir Maharaj." That's how Krishna very beautifully, nicely spoke with all of them, and then they departed. And all the while, as they were going back, they were remembering Krishna. And when they reached their kingdom, they told all their ministers and associates everything. How Supreme Lord, he liberated them, and so many nice words he spoke. And whatever Krishna had told, that you take care of the citizens following the principles of the Vedas, very diligently they carried out all the instructions. So after this, Sahadeva worshipped the Supreme Lord, and then Sahadeva, and then Bhima, Krishna and Arjuna, they all departed. They reached back to Indraprastha, and Yudhishthir Maharaj, when he came to know all the feats, so before that, when Krishna they reached the border of Indraprastha, they blew their conch shells. Just by blowing of the conch shell, hearing the sound of the conch shell, all the relatives, they were so very happy. If we remember in the first canto also, when Krishna, he returned from Hastinapur and he blew his conch, all the Dwarkavasis, they were so very happy. Bhavayanasvam bhava vishwa bhavan tvameva mata suhrit patim pita tvam sadgururanaha paramam cha daivatam yasyanu kritino babhuvima. So all the Dwarkavasis, they were also glorifying Krishna. Oh, we were Anath, now we have become Sanath because you have come. You are our everything. So Krishna's conch shell gave happiness to the friends and relatives and gave sorrow to the enemies. Tashrutva prita manasa indraprastha nivasinaha menire magadham shantam raja chapta manoratha. Tashrutva, when all the Indraprastha nivasis, they heard Prita Manasa, they were very satisfied. Tashrutva Prita Manasa Indraprastha Nivasinaha, when they heard Magadharaj, Jarasandha is dead, he is killed now. Magadharajam Shantam, Shanto gaye. That means he has died. So Yudhishthira Maharaj felt so very happy and relieved. So Bhima, Arjuna, Krishna came and they all offered respects to Yudhishthira Maharaj and informed everything. So out of modesty, Jiva Goswami says that Krishna is such a wonderful personality. He allowed Arjuna and Bhima to go ahead and offer respects first. Because he was thinking, I have not done anything here. I just went with them and I didn't do anything. So out of shyness, he was staying back. So that's how Krishna is. He's a crest jewel of good conduct. Although everybody knows, Uddhava had told that, okay, if you go, then only Bhima will be able to defeat Jarasandha. But out of humility, Krishna is, staying back. Nishamya dharmarajastat keshavena anukampitam anandashru kalam munchan premna novacha kinchana nishamya. So when Dharmaraj, Yudhishthira Maharaj, he heard all these wonderful feats of Krishna, Bhima, and Arjuna. Keshavena anukampitam. It was extreme mercy of Lord Keshava. So out of happiness, he shed tears. His throat became choked because of ecstasy. He could not speak anything. So that is the end of this chapter, 74th chapter, which is entitled The Deliverance of Shishupal at the Rajasuya Yajna. So after Krishna returned, now Yudhishthira Maharaj, he had no competitor. He could perform the Rajasuya Yajna. So one day, Yudhishthira, he was speaking to Krishna. Yesyu Trailokya Gurava Sarve Loka Maheshwara Vahanti Durlabham Labdva Shirasevanusashanam. So he is telling, Yudhishthira Maharaj told Krishna, O Supreme Lord, Yesu Trailokya Guruvaha, all the exalted master of the three worlds, Sarve Loka Maheshwara, and all the controllers of the planets and the inhabitants of the planets. What are they doing? Shirasa Anusashanam, on their heads they are carrying on your command. Without your desire, nothing happens in this world. Your command, which is so very rarely obtained, all the controllers of the universe, they are putting on their head. Sabhavan Arvindaksho Deenanamishmaninam Dhatte Nushashanam Bhumam Stadatyanta Vidambanam. Then he's telling, oh my Lord, all the controllers and the powerful personalities of the entire universe, they are offering respects to you and they are ready to do whatever you want, following your command. But it is so very astonishing that you are carrying out our commands. You are accepting our order. Who are we? We are wretched fools. Deenanam, Ishmanina. Oh, we are thinking that we are controllers, but we are nothing in front of you. Out of your humility, it is just a pretense, vidambanam. It is vidambana. It is just a pretense. It is acting you are doing. You don't have to follow our commands. It's like Uddhava, he's telling to Vidura, Karmanani hasya bhavo bhavasyate Durga shrayothari bhayat palayanam Kalatmanoyat pramadayutashrama Swatmanrate khidyati dhir vidamiha. It is so very astonishing and confusing that, oh my Lord, you have nothing to do. Still you are doing so many things. You are unborn. Still you take birth. You are fear personified fears you, and you are running out of fear, taking shelter in the middle of the ocean. It is all unimaginable. You are self-satisfied. You have so many wives. Kunti Maharani also remembering, when I went to Vraja once, I saw your Damodar Leela. And fear personified fears yourself, and you were fearful of Mother Yashoda and you were crying and rubbing your eyes. Tears were falling. Gopyadade tvai kritagasidamatavat yate dasha shrukalilanjana sambhramaksham Vaktram niniya bhava bhavanaya stitasya samam vimohayati bhirapi yad bibheti. Oh, it is all astonishing. It is all bewildering me. Bhirapi yad bibheti. Fear personified is fearful of you and you are crying in fear. You are carrying out our orders. It is so very astonishing. But Yudhishthira Maharaj says, even though you are carrying out our order, your position does not get reduced. If some big personality of this world starts carrying out menial orders, menial services, oh, his position may be ridiculed. But Krishna's position is not minimized. On the contrary, he becomes more glorious. Darshayam stadvidam loka atmano bhrityavashyatam prajasyo vaha vaiharsham bhagavan balacheshtita. That's why he has come in this world, to show. Darshayam stadvidam loka. I have come to show the world that how I become the subordinate and servant of my own devotees. Atmano Bhrityavashyata. I come under the control of my devotees. That does not minimize your position, O my Lord. That in fact glorifies you even more. You become more glorious. Lord is controlled by his devotees. So Krishna is thinking, Krishna may tell that, oh, you are thinking that it is not possible for me to commit some low activities. Why is it not possible? Yudhishthira Maharaj says, oh my Lord, what to speak of you? Even your devotees do not do anything wrong. Even your devotees have no distinctions of I and mine. So what to speak of you? In the first canto, it is described when Krishna entered the palaces of the queens. He was not attracted by their smiling smiles and loving glances. In that place, Shuddha Goswami tells, even the devotees of the Lord, they are free from lust. So what to speak of the Lord? How can Lord be affected? So similarly, Yudhishthira Maharaj is telling here, your devotees do not have any faults, so how can you have any fault? Etadishanam ishasya prakritisthopi tadgunai nayujyate sadatmasthair yatha buddhi tadashraya. It's like your devotees are beyond the modes. How can you be in the modes, O my Lord? So after, glorifying the Lord, Yudhishthira Maharaj, he was spending time, he was waiting for the auspicious muhurta for the Rajasuya Yajna. And meanwhile, he was preparing, he was doing the preparation, background preparation for the Rajasuya. He started sending invitations to all the prominent, the greatest of the sages in the whole universe. Yudhishthira Maharaj was not an ordinary personality. He was the emperor of entire Jambudvip. Who all he called, he selected such whatever big names we have heard in the entire scriptures. All the sages were there. Starting from Vyasdev, Bhardavad Muni, Sumantu, Gautama, Asita, Vasishtha, Chyavana, Kratu, Maitreya. So many sages were there. Vishwamitra was there. Nobody remained actually. Vamadev was there, Jaimini was there, Kratu, Pail, Parashar, Vaishampayan, Gargacharya, Atharva, Kashyapa. So many sages came. Parshuram. Not only sages, he invited kings from all over the Bhumandal. Invited all the Kuru kings also. Drona came, Bhishma, Kripa, Dhritarashtra, and all the sons of Dhritarashtra, all the Kauravas, they also came. Vidurji came. And then so many devatas, Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra, and all the citizens, they came. Then when the priests, they started preparing the ground. They plowed the entire ground with a golden plowshare. And they chanted all the various auspicious mantras, and all the devatas came. Indra, Brahmaji, Lord Shiva, and all the Gandharvas, Charana, Siddhas, and all the Naga, Yakshas, Rakshasas, everybody came for this sacrifice. All the great kings, Kinnara, Charanas, everybody came. Who is who of the entire universe was there. And when they came for the sacrifice, when they saw this, the opulence of this sacrifice, they were not astonished. Because who was performing the sacrifice? The greatest of the devotees of the Lord. How can anything be less in this place? So Maharaj Yudhishthir, he was universally famous. As we know in the first canto, it comes, Sampada kritavo loka mahishi bhrataro mahi jambu dvipadhipatyam cha yashascha tridivangatah. Sampada, the opulence of Yudhishthira Maharaj, it was unimaginable. Everybody in the entire universe, three diva, in the three planetary systems, they knew the power of Yudhishthira Maharaj. He was so opulent, so powerful, that even devatas aspire for it. Kim te kama sura sparha mukunda manaso dvija adhijaharu mudam ragya shudhitasya yathetare. Even devatas were hankering sparha. But Yudhishthira Maharaj was not attracted by all these because he was absorbed in Krishna. So then, after all the preparations were over, so the priests, they started performing the Vedic sacrifice. All the devatas, they came and, just like in the past, in the history, the demigods, they had performed this sacrifice for Varuna. So all the priests, with perfect precision, accuracy, without any faults, all the priests started performing the sacrifice. And as this sacrifice was going on, Yudhishthira Maharaj, he worshipped all the priests in the beginning, all the great personalities, and they extracted a very, very, very fragrant rasa, which is called Soma juice. So now one of the main things why Yudhishthira Maharaj was doing this sacrifice was, as we discussed yesterday, he wanted to prove to the whole world that Krishna is a supreme personality. So all the members of the assembly, they were wondering, they were pondering, because big personalities of the universe are there, not of this earth, of the universe. All the big personalities of the universe were there, attending this sacrifice. Lord Shiva was there, Brahmaji is there, Indra is there, the greatest of the sages are there. So they were confused. Who should be worshipped first? So many great personalities are there. Finally, Sahadev spoke up. So Chakravarti Thakur writes that, so many exalted personalities were there, but in this Rajasriya, there is something called Agra Puja. Agra Puja means the first worship which is given to the most prominent personality. It is like electing the president. So the assembly could not select the person for Agra Puja because there were some people who were not self-realized. They were not fully realized transcendentalists. They could not ascertain. The great personalities, they knew who is supreme. Just like Lord Shiva, Lord Brahma, they were not confused. But they were thinking, because nobody asked us, so why should we say? And they knew that, Sahadev, he is most intelligent personality. He knows how to find out the essence. He knows, he is expert in examining everything and bringing out the essence. So let him speak. And if he also does not speak, then we will speak. Even though nobody asks us, we will speak. But now, not now. We'll stay silent. But Sahadeva, he spoke. He said, Arahati hi achyuta shreyastham Bhagavan satvatam patihi Esha vai devata sarva desha kala dhanadayah arahati hi achyuta shreshtham. Shrestha. Who is Shrestha? Certainly Achyuta. Certainly Supreme Lord Krishna is a most important personality in this entire assembly who deserves the highest position. Bhagwan, who is he? He is Bhagwan. He is Satvatampati. He is a protector of all the devotees. Eshavai Devata Sarvare. All the Devatas, they are offering their respects. Actually, he is the personified form of all the Devatas. What to speak of these Devatas? Entire universe is founded by him only. All the various systems of philosophy, Sankhya, Yoga, they are telling what? Worship the Supreme Lord Krishna. They are aiming at him only. Even creation, maintenance and destruction of this entire universe is done by him. He is a primeval Lord, cause of all causes, and upon him and everything depends. So many activities are happening in this universe. They are all coming from him. Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha, everything is coming from him, all the Purusharthas. So therefore we must give him the first honor. Sarva Bhutatma Bhutaya Krishnaya Naya Darshine Deyam Shantaya Purnaya Dattasyanantamichyata. He tells Sarva Bhutatma Bhutaya. Who is Krishna? Sarva Bhutatma Bhutaya. He is complete soul of all the beings, is the Supreme Lord. Krishnaya Ananya Darshine. Who is Krishna? For him, there is nothing separated from him. Everything is his only. In the second canto, we saw that this entire universe is coming from him. Vasudeva para yoga, Vasudeva paramakha, Vasudeva param jnanam, Vasudeva param gati. Everything is coming from Krishna. Ananya darshine, deyam shantaya purnaya. And he is perfectly peaceful, perfectly complete. Dattasyanantamichyata. Anyone who wishes the honor, he gives to be reciprocal, to be reciprocated infinitely, should worship Krishna. Only Krishna can reciprocate with the respect which we give him, not anybody else. So when Sahadev, he spoke such a wonderful speech, discourse, everybody, all the sages and the great devotees and the kings, they said, excellent, excellent, wonderful. When Yudhishthira Maharaj heard such exclamation from the entire assembly, he was also so very happy and delighted to hear the mood. Everybody wanted to worship Krishna. So now, Krishna was not there that time. So the messengers, they went to Krishna. Said, oh my Lord, you have come here to wash the feet of those guests? Because, when the services were getting distributed, so various people were made in charge. Bhima was in charge of kitchen. Duryodhan was in charge of receiving the gifts. Krishna, he took the service of washing the feet of all the guests. Supreme Lord, he is taking this service. So the messengers, they went and told, oh my Lord, you wanted to wash their feet, but they are eager to wash your feet. They are inviting you, please come. So please come quickly, oh my Lord, they are waiting. So in this way, Krishna came, and Yudhishthira Maharaj, he worshipped Krishna elaborately. Although Krishna was reluctant. He didn't want to be worshipped, but he had to surrender to the will and desire of his devotee. So Yudhishthira Maharaj, he placed Krishna on the throne, washed his feet, and he sprinkled the water on his head. Then on the head of his wife, all the brothers, ministers, and all the other people. Because Draupadi was nearest. Chakravarti Thakur says it is in order. Because she was the one who was giving water to wash the feet. And Yudhishthira Maharaj was washing the feet. So she was the nearest. So first he sprinkled water on his own head, then on the head of Draupadi, and then all the brothers. That water which purifies the entire universe. Ganga, what is that? Ya Vilas Shri Tulasi Vimishra Krishnangri Renu Abhyadikambunetri Punati Lokan Ubhayatra Seshan Kastam Na Sevet Marishyamanaha. So that is Ganga, the foot wash of Supreme Lord. So Yudhishthira Maharaj was so happy. And then after washing the feet of the Lord, he honored the Lord with lots of presentations. He gave him nice garments and silken cloths and all the wonderful jewelry and all the gifts. He was so very happy and satisfied. His eyes were full of tears. Tears of love and affection. And after Krishna was honored very appropriately, everybody was so very happy, and everybody told, "Oh Jai, all obeisances unto you, O my Lord, all victory to you." As everybody was happy in the kingdom, in the assembly, apart from one person, Shishupal, apart from few people, but nobody spoke. But Shishupal, he was the born enemy of Krishna. First words which he spoke was the blasphemy of Krishna. So he could not tolerate, because he was already envious. He became more envious because Rukmini was kidnapped by Krishna. She was about to get married to him. So he was so very envious. So Shukdev Goswami says, Ittam nishamya damaghoshta swapithat utthaya Krishna guna varna najata munyu Uchchipya bahumidamaha sadasya marshi samshrawayan bhagavate purushanyabhitaha. So, Itham Nishamya, when he heard such wonderful glorification of Krishna, immediately Damghosh Sutta, the son of Damghosh, he got up from his seat, stood up, Utthaya Krishna Guna Varnana. When he heard the Krishna Guna Varnan, anger took birth in his mind. Jatamanyu became very, very angry. With his hands raised, angrily waving his hand, he started speaking to the entire assembly. He became completely intolerant to all the praises. He said, "Oh assembly, please hear," and he spoke so many harsh words against Krishna. Chakravarti Thakur writes that why Shishupal didn't object when the assembly elected Krishna, and then Yudhishthira Maharaj, he worshipped Krishna. Why he why didn't he object at that time? Because Shishupal wanted to destroy the sacrifice of Yudhishthira Maharaj also. So he was thinking, if I argue now, then maybe people will accept my words and they will not elect Krishna as the Agra Purusha, and then somebody else will be selected, but the sacrifice will go on. I don't want this sacrifice to continue. So if the person who is elected, he is offended, then the entire sacrifice is also destroyed. So therefore he remained silent, and he spoke right after Yudhishthira Maharaj completed worshipping Supreme Lord. He said, Time is unavoidable controller of everything. And today I have seen, just see, today the elders of this assembly are hearing the words of a mere boy, Sahadev. And he said, you all know, oh great members of the assembly, you all know who is fit for the Agra Puja. Why you are paying any heed to the words of this child, Sahadev? How can you worship this cowherd boy? You know, this cowherd boy, he is the disgrace of his family. There are so many respectable members here. The greatest of the sages are there who have perfected their austerities and vrata and so many wonderful feats they have performed. They are adherent, very strictly following their vows. And who is he? Sadaspatinati kramya gopala kulapam shanaha yatha kaka purodasham saparyam kathamarahati. Oh Sadaspati, atikramya, you all have passed over the most exalted personalities who have assembled here. And what all you have done? You are worshipping Krishna. Who is Krishna? He is Gopal. He's a mere cowherd boy. His kulpamshana, his disgrace of his family. He has killed his own family members. Just like a crow does not deserve to eat the rice which is supposed to be offered in sacrifice. How can you worship Krishna? So Chakravarti Thakur says, as usual, whenever some demons, they criticize Krishna, Saraswati, Mother Saraswati, she bring out glorification of Krishna out of those criticism. So he's telling, Yat Kulpam Shanaha, he is the disgrace of his family. Mother Saraswati, she's telling, no. Kulapa means those who criticize. And Amshayati means he kills. So he is the killer of those people who criticizes others. So therefore he is going to kill me. So that's what he's telling. And he told Krishna to be like a crow. Kaka. Yatha Kaka. So he says, no. Yatha Kaka has a different sandhi also. Sandhi vichhed. Yatha akakaha. Without happiness, ka, and distress, aka. So that's what he tells. And he continues, Shishupal continues. How does one who follows no principles of Varnashram, he is not following any principle of Varnashram, he is dancing with the other men's wives in the middle of the forest. He is not following any social ethics, no Varnashram, behaving whimsically. How can he be given the position of Agra Puja? How does a person like this deserve to be worshipped? Chakravarti Thakur says, actually, Krishna does not belong to any Varnashram. He is beyond all the Varna and Ashram. He is the Supreme Lord. He is beyond the modes of material nature. So he's telling, Shishupal continues, Jayati has cursed this Yadava dynasty. They are ostracized by honest men. How can they deserve to be worshipped? Actually, although Yayati cursed the Yadus, but the great saints, they neutralized that curse. That's what Chakravarti Thakur says. Shishupal tells, these Yadavas, they abandoned the holy lands and they have taken shelter in the middle of the ocean in a fortress, and they are harassing their subordinates. Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur says, actually, he's telling that Krishna will come and he will destroy the miscreants like me, who is harassing other people. So Shukdev Goswami tells that in this way, Shishupal, he spoke so many insults, but Supreme Lord, he said nothing. Just silent, just like tiger does not pay heed to the jackal's cry. Supreme Lord was silent. But all the other members of the assembly, when they heard the blasphemy of Krishna, they could not stand there. They covered their ears and they walked out of the assembly. It is said, Nindam Bhagavata Shinvan Tatparasya Janasya Va Tato Naipeti Sopi Yatyadha Sukritachyutah. Anybody who hears the blasphemy of Krishna and his devotees, he deserves to go to hell. Therefore, none of these members, they wanted to stay there. Those who were devotees, they walked out. Pandavas and all the pious kings, they rose up, took out their weapons, and they were about to kill Shishupal. But Krishna and Shishupal also, he took out his sword and shield and he was about to fight. But Krishna, he stood up that time and he stopped all the Pandavas because he was thinking, if the Pandavas, they take out their weapons and start fighting, there will be a huge fight here. The entire Yagyashala will be full of blood. It will be spoiled. The entire sacrifice will be destroyed. So Krishna didn't want to do that. Krishna didn't want that to happen. So he stopped them. He invoked his chakra, sharp-edged chakra, and immediately, threw that chakra and severed the head of Shishupal. And it was not even a drop of the head fell on the sacrificial arena. As Shishupal was killed, a great roar started in the assembly. And those who were the supporters of Shishupal, they ran away. In front of everybody's eyes, the soul of Shishupal, the fulgent light came out of the body of Shishupal and merged in Krishna's body. So we know that Shishupal was one of the associates, Jai Vijay, was cursed by 4 Kumaras to take 3 births, and this was the last birth. In the first birth, they became Hiranyaksha, Hiranyakashipu. Then the second, Ravana and Kumbhakarna, and now Shishupal and Dantavakra. So although it seems that Shishupal, he got impersonal liberation by merging in the body of the Lord, but actually after merging, he went to the spiritual world, Vaikuntha. And Shukdev Goswami says that, obsessed with the hatred of the Supreme Lord, 3 lifetimes, after 3 lifetimes, Shishupal attained the transcendental form of the Lord. He went back to spiritual world. So after all this was happening, it was done, and then the sacrifice continued. And Yudhishthira Maharaj, he distributed, after the sacrifice was completed nicely, Yudhishthira Maharaj, he distributed all the gifts, remunerated all the priests, took his avabhrit bath, and Krishna, in this way, he saw this wonderful Rajasvi Yajna. To please Yudhishthira Maharaj, he stayed for a few months there. And then Shukdev Goswami says, I have already described to you, O Parikshit Maharaj, the curse of the doorkeepers by Brahmanas in the 3rd canto. So after this, Krishna, he went back to his city. All the devatas and all those who had come, they were also given nice gifts, and they also went back to their abodes. Everybody was satisfied except one person, Duryodhan, was burning with envy seeing the opulence of Yudhishthira Maharaj. So Shukdev Goswami ends this chapter by telling, one who recites these activities of Lord Vishnu, the killing of Shishupal, performing of Rajasvi Yajna, and the deliverance of the kings, he'll be free from all the sins. Shri Krishna Bhagavan ki jai. Granthara Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.